Good morning. Today is the first day of the work on this Range Rover. I've got lots of parts here to install. Let's start on this table here. Got laid out most of the timing stuff, the timing kit from Atlantic British. You see a crank bolt there, a whole bunch of bolts and miscellaneous replacement bolts. We've got our chains, our guides, our tensioners. I have a set of new coils as well. The injectors are on the other table. Oop, I don't need this helmet. Some new gaskets, including the ones that go on the spark plugs. And on this table, we've got the new injectors. I think I may have some of the wrong pipes here, so I might have to check that. Crankshaft seal, some new belts, although I'm not sure I need them because I replaced those belts about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Another cover. This is a replacement engine oil cooler just to prevent issues from off-roading. And transmission cooler, I believe. Another fuel pump. We'll see if we need that. And then I've got the tools over here. So should be able to get going soon. Alright, so the process of me documenting this is for two reasons. One is so I remember what I did in case I need to look back. And the second is in case anybody else is interested. So since this car is going to be sitting here for a while and we're going to be taking things apart, decided to depressurize the fuel system. So fuse 6. Okay, where's my fuse puller? Let me get a fuse puller. Or maybe I'll just take out the relay instead. This is the relay. Alright, fuel relay's out. Another thing I'll be doing quite a bit of is actually cleaning. This thing's a mess. I want to clean it. Of course, I gotta put this fuse somewhere now. Alright, so now that the fuse is pulled out, I'm gonna start the car. is not working. Let's try to pull the fuse also. That's a long idle. Clean this thing too well. Okay. Now, that should not. All right, so 2 minutes of idle and that still didn't do it. So I'm going to just give up. We'll crack the fuel lines, it'll bleed. Let's put this in so I don't forget. Alrighty, let's see here. Let's put this back. Okay, I guess I get some screwdrivers. Pull up and out. All right, we're back at it. Engine cover is off. And we're gonna start disassembling the airbox. All these components are gonna get washed and cleaned. Oh, one thing I forgot. Disconnect the battery. It's a 10mm on the negative. And put a cloth under it. This will work. Okay. All right. This is so I won't forget, left equals passenger, right equals driver. Come on. Trim tool to help with the removal. Doing the screwdriver. So there's two there and one on the other side. Put that to the side for now. This one's a little tight. Let's do this one. Doesn't help I have all this wiring here. Right. Like I said, my wiring here doesn't help. Gonna get cleaned out. So dusty. Okay, I'm gonna clean up a little bit before I continue, so I'll be right back. Okay, I just realized a little mistake here. The right side of the car is the passenger side. And on the left is the driver's side. So I've got to modify my chart here. Okay, right, left. Alrighty, let's take off the linen here. No, that wasn't supposed to come off like that. There's one more here. Squeeze clamp hose. Oh, there it goes. Came off pretty easily. Man, I need a stool. This is the throttle body. These here. And that was what I was removing. This is the one you have to unclip, squeeze both sides in the clip. And that's it. And these parts are dirty. It's all going to be detailed and cleaned. Let's see how the throttle body looks. Not too bad. I stick something there. Clean all the coolant. Take out the fan shroud. Pretty good so far. All the easy part is done. Alright, I'll come back when I start taking apart more stuff. I'm going to go clean up the parts I took off already. Well, after some time with the bucket, look at that. like new. A little bit wet still, but it's going to be drying for a couple days. That's the cover. This part got washed too. I'll let the foam here dry. It's already pretty dry, but I'll get a couple days to dry up. Try to wipe all the dust, even though I washed it. And then finally, this one here as well, nice and clean. That looks dirty, but I don't think that's dirt. Maybe a little bit. Nice and clean. By the way, I should mention that I took out the mass airflow sensor, both of them, before I washed it. Another thing I'm doing just to show is as I remove the connectors, such as the mass airflow sensor, which is somewhere here. Where'd it go? Mass airflow sensor. Right here. I'll clean it off a little bit. I'll be hitting it with electrical cleaner later before installing. But put a Ziploc bag over it to protect it. Label the bag, the connector. That way it's easy to remember where it goes. And I zip tie it. That way it's out of the way, and I know what it is. Man, this engine, just realized, is really dirty, but it's going to get cleaned up. Okay, next we're going to remove this fan shroud. To do that, I got to remove some connectors here. That's one. Yeah, it's close, make it difficult. That's two. That's dusty and dirty. I'm gonna have to clean that for sure. So that's the connector fan shroud. And now gotta clip that because that's the cable coming out of the fan. Just a zip tie there to zip tie it in place. So now it's loose. That's the fan shroud cable. I'm going to push it down. And then now we can remove the fan shroud. So the fan shroud is a couple of things. I think this is one of them. This is the other. Oh, that one's a screw. Go ahead, let's put a screw there. Okay. Let's put this in a little Ziploc. One more screw here. That looks like Oh, that's a little hex. I mean Torx. Maybe Torx. Hope it's a T25. Yep. Okay, it's a T25. Get my electrical. Why waste time? Okay. Still too much. Just have to let it slow. All right. And shroud. There we go. That's one piece of the fan shroud. This is a clip here. Don't want to lose it. Holds the two pieces of the fan shroud together. And then this side is probably another Torx. Don't see it yet. Boy, this one's a pain to get to. Okay. Well, tell you what, we're gonna remove this fan first. So we are going to attach this. That's not a good position. All right, that's a good position right there. And then this fan spins that way. So it would go that way to loosen. You loosen the same direction as the fan blowing. So that means we're going to put this here and squeeze them together. So there we go. How easy was that? So when removing this, make sure it doesn't fall. So be ready to catch it. This is a new fan because the previous one kept turning off randomly. So the clutch was catching randomly. So we're close to it coming off. Almost. Any moment now. Oh, see. Remove the other side of the fan shroud. Okay, it's out. This is pretty much waterproof except for the connector, so we can wash it in a few moments. Alrighty. Well, wonderful. This whole fan, the shroud's going to come off because we're replacing the radiator too. How fun this is going to be. Drain the coolant later. I'm going to stuff a towel there. And let's see if I can put a bag over it. Probably need to do both. But what the heck? Okay. That worked. Maybe a Ziploc. I mean zip tie. Put it on first. It'll be big enough. Oh, okay, I got an idea. Right. Now it's protected. All right. I'm going to take a break and come back and figure out some more steps. In the meantime, I might wipe down some of this dust or vacuum it. All right, I'm moving the remaining of the fan shroud, and as you can see there, doesn't seem to be anything holding on to it, but apparently there's some hoses underneath that I'm going to shift out of the way, and then I think I can lift the fan shroud out. So all I need is my flashlight, which I seem to have put back on my table, and I'm going to go underneath and move those hoses. I see one or two clips. One or two clips that need to be removed. There's a clip on the bottom just by the oil cooler, or the transmission cooler. Transmission cooler, I think. Need a little wrench for that. Oh, need on those pliers. Need on those pliers. Seems like that half should lift off. So this is the simple pin. Put it back, put it in the bag. Put the fan shroud. Fan shroud. Okay, so now the right half should lift off. Should like something holding on over there. Take a look. Oh, yeah, there's a screw here. Looks like it's a screw to a pipe. There happens to be a bee stuck on it. I gotta share this to you. Let me grab the camera to show you, since this is kind of exciting. I'm gonna grab the wrench at the same time. Uh-oh. Look at my flashlight. I need the flashlight. Oh, there it is. Check that out. See the bee on that pipe? Exciting, huh? So that's gotta be removed so the fan shroud can pull up. Okay, I'm gonna cut the camera out while I pull that screw, that Torx out. Okay, so as it turns out, after removing the T27 that was down there, there was another T25 right here to separate these two. So now, let's see if we have success. There's a clip that separates these two. Since I'm not unclipped. There we go. Now it's unclipped. This section should come right out. Whew. All right. So that's the part just removed. And that sucker up. It's pretty dusty. And then we're going to tackle this one. Now this one has a cooler mounted on it, so it's got a little bit more work to do. But we're going to drain the coolant, disconnect it, and we should have the front all cleared out. So take a look at this. This is the fan shroud removed except for that section there. And I haven't drained the coolant yet, and I have not drained the engine oil. I should be careful not to get dust in there. But looking down below here, take a little tour. You're gonna see that right there. That is attached to the fan shroud. And if you look at these clips here, that has to shift to the left. And what's in the way? The coolant pipe. So it looks like I have to drain the coolant before I can remove this oil cooler, transmission cooler? I think it's transmission cooler. Yeah, I think it's a transmission cooler. I have to drain the coolant before I can shift that to the left to remove the remaining fan shroud. So it looks like we're at the draining time now. There is a drain in this vehicle. It's this red thing right here. Okay, and you can see it has a little nozzle spout there. And a couple turns and it'll start draining. Except that it's gonna make a mess, because it drains right onto this frame here. So, last time I did this, I made something for it. Whew. I made this. It's a cork with a finger of a glove to wrap around and go into a tube. So I just got to fit this over that, and I can drain from a tube into a pan. Let's put this on. Okay, hopefully you can see. Perfect. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. Okay, it's a nice tight fit. I guess I could zip tie this here if I don't want it to fall off. Oh yeah, I better zip tie it. I'll zip tie this like this. And we're good. So I'm going to zip tie and start draining the coolant. Whew. Oh. All right, let's show this contraption. That's my cork drain. And now I will start the drain. Okay, why is it not draining? I gotta open the bleed up above. Okay, attempt number 2 to show this. This time I made sure I open up the cap above. There we go. So I'm going to drain until I can fill this pan, pour it into a gallon thing to measure out, and then go at it again until I drain it all. Alright, what a clean way to drain. No mess. For those that want to see it clearly, that's the drain with a piece of cork drilled out to the hole size with a tube, and I used a finger glove to wrap around the tube and over the cork so that it doesn't drain out between the cork and the tube. Okay. Oh, I just disconnected this right here by pulling the clip here, pulling this clip out. Of course, I loosened the cap to help with draining the coolant, and it is still draining. So far, I filled a 1 gallon container. This one right here, that's old fluid. I've kept out this 1 gallon of fluid and probably another liter. And I also spilled a few drops here and there. Let it draining again, and we'll let it drain for a little while longer. Well, it's time to get the try to get the radiator out soon. So we're going to remove this panel here. And there's just a lot of 13mm bolts to go on. this is the holding the radiator in, I believe. So is this one. Gotta remove that for the light, that for the grill, this for the grill, and this. We'll call that the front panel and put it in the Ziploc. Now let's figure out, I think it's probably 10 millimeter. Yep. Yep. I have a habit of putting all my tools away as I'm using them so I can find them next time. My memory's not good anymore, so if I don't put it away, I'll find them again. That's for the light. Oh no, 8 millimeter? Crazy. Look at the other light. The other light's a 10 millimeter. Getting close. I'll put this in the same bag. And now I need the 8 millimeter. 8 millimeters for the grill. This thing's cracked, so it's held by a washer here. Big washer. My grill's gonna look different than many others because I have a winch behind it and I don't have a fan. So my grill is gonna come off super easy. Oh, one more. My grill's just gonna pop off. It's kind of broken. See? Terrible. There we go. Onto the shelf. Let's see. Put it up all the way up. There. And the cover. Okay. Put these. There's a second one called grill. Okay, what else do we have? A couple more. Actually, I don't think I need to remove that. I need to remove these. Maybe? No? You can make anything. Okay, so this thing here. Looks like I do have to remove this. Is it a T? These are waiting for lights. Alright, I believe those are 10. So the 10 is over here. This is on the tools table. Where did it go? Put it in the bag with the screw. Of course. Okay, back to 10 socket here. Another 10 here. So 10 here. Let's get the electric one. Yeah, time to get the electric. Here. Okay, it looks like it's just these now. Those are, because I don't want them to move. Oh yeah. The light. Waylaying all these headlight. That shouldn't have to go. That shouldn't have to go. Just gotta get the torques here. That should be it. 30s. Okay, that's not it. Put it back. Actually, we do need to come out because I don't want the cable to get in the way. Yeah, so we'll take it out. Alrighty. That goes in the front panels. And then a couple more 10 mils, I think. Oh, I could do this 8 mil. Need to do the water bottle. Water balls at 8 mil bolt. Okay, it attaches that. So, yep. So now we just have that. Right, that did it. I gotta watch my camera because my camera might fall off. All right, look at that, one piece. Alrighty, oh man. Okay, what the heck? What the heck? What the heck? So we're gonna leave this here. I guess I could put that back up just to keep it secure, but I think we're okay. This I think pops off. Yeah, we'll pop that off later after we paint some gloves. Yep, getting pretty close to removing the radiator. Man, once I have that radiator gone, it's gonna be easy access. Too bad I can't remove this air conditioning one. I always forgot the air conditioning one in front. It's my winch. All right. Oh, taking a break. See you again soon. I forgot to show a part of the radiator removal, and that is this thing that holds in place. So you just have to pull this tab back and lift straight up. Pull the tab back and lift straight up. I actually took it off already and washed it, but it's so simple. I just put it back on just to show you. Let's take a look at this engine. So we got the front belt. That's the supercharger snout going to the, looks like the smaller idle pulley, then going to a tensioner, and from the tensioner going around the crankshaft, around the fan clutch, and back up to the supercharger snout. For the rear belt, starts off there. Not positive what that is. That looks like it might be the water pump. Yeah, water pump all the way to the outside there, down below, underneath. It goes around the crank to this tensioner, go around the tensioner, and it looks like it goes, where's it go? It's got to go over to the alternator somehow. I think there's something that goes down there and comes back up, goes behind that. I guess we'll see tomorrow. Let's look at some of the rest of the engine here. Front, rear, crosses over, front, the Y pipe there. The Y pipe comes up to this metal thing. Thermostat.